उस बच्ची को छोड़ने जाता है अपने माँ बाप के पास। अब इससे नोबल, इससे बड़ा कैरेक्टर तो आई हैव नॉट प्लेड।
As a director, that was the challenge for me, to make this little 6-year-old perform the way she has. You know,
in our country also, religion को लेके, मज़हब को लेके, why? For what? Everything can be, settled across the table. This film is about positivity. This film is a Hindi film, which has a larger-than-life backdrop. A simple man, to what levels he goes to drop a Pakistani kid back home to her parents. Simple plot. अभी इससे beautiful plot हो नहीं सकता. उसको वीज़ा नहीं मिलता, पासपोर्ट नहीं मिलता, क्योंकि एम्बेसी बंद होती 1 महीने के लिए. He's got to drop her back home. तो कहाँ से क्या करके ये आदमी उस बच्ची को छोड़ने जाता है अपने माँ बाप के पास. अब इससे नोबल, इससे बड़ा कैरेक्टर तो आई हैव नॉट प्लेड, एंड आई डोंट थिंक देयर इज एनीवन हु हैज प्लेड सच अ नोबल कैरेक्टर येट. आई मीन जब ये फिल्म देखता हूँ, इट इंस्पायर्स मी टू बी बजरंगी भाईजान.
Absolutely, and you like the script of the film so much that
yes,
you wanted to produce it as well. What was it?
I just feel that there's too much animosity. I just feel that in our country also, religion को लेके, मज़हब को लेके, why? For what? Everything can be, settled across the table. I think it's about human beings here. I think we should just try and be as good as possible.
The entire country, I think almost the entire world, whoever has seen the film, they have fallen in love with Harshali as well. I think a beautiful kid. Apparently, you had around 1,000 auditions, and even places like Tehran and everywhere. Yeah. And Mukesh Habra, I think he really came up with the final idea. How do you react to the sort of reactions which you're getting for Harshali? She's as like a strong actor as Salman in the.
I mean, she's definitely, the magic that Bajrangi is creating, she's definitely a huge part of it. I'm really happy because, as a director, that was the challenge for me, to make this little 6-year-old perform the way she has. I mean, grown-up actors you can deal with. There are sort of easier ways of dealing with grown-up actors, but to deal with a 6-year-old, to explain her the context of scenes, to make her perform the way she has, was it was of course the most challenging part of directing this film, and also the most joyous part, because working with a kid is sheer joy.
Preetham was also saying that he's trying to just convince you if he can possibly sing a song for the movie Bajrangi Bhaijaan. You've been extremely.
I'm so dying to sing. Okay. I'm so dying to sing. I'm dying to sing for anyone. I just need a good song. I just want to sing, and I'll sing. Then after that, they have to क्या बोलते हैं उसको?
Tweak it.
Melodinate. Right. Then they have got to auto-tune it. Then they've got to do pitching. I sing it really fast, half an hour, 45 minutes. It takes them few days to get.
But even in the diaries, Bajrangi Bhaijaan diaries, we are seeing that you are singing a few lines of Selfie, but I think it's flowing quite nicely. It's flowing quite nicely. So, will you be saying that you may be doing a version of?
As soon as he gives all the tracks. First, let him give all the tracks, and after that, I'll sing it.
There have not been any opposition from within India, but Pakistan, we are hearing all these news that the censor chief who has said that it's a very balanced film and there's nothing anti-Pakistan in that. But apparently he has received some threats that I think some protection has been provided to cinema halls running it. Do you feel bad about the entire the extremist aspect that we have both in India as well as Pakistan?
Of course,
I'll just give you an example. There's this girl from Pakistan. She lives in Montreal, Canada, and she has sent me this tweet that absolutely loved Bajrangi Bhaijaan. I laughed and cried so much that I was emotionally exhausted by the end. So she's a Pakistani, so they have no issues. There are many Pakistanis.
People will never have issues. The problem will always be lying with the establishment. The problem will always be lying with extremist elements on both sides of the border. And this film is basically about that. The problem is always created by extremist elements. We should not allow these extremist elements to represent our country or their country. We have to understand that the extremist elements in Pakistan are always there to create problems. Don't put the responsibility of those guys onto the people of Pakistan. Similarly, there are always extremist elements in India who will scream and shout, who were screaming and shouting before the release of my film that they will not tolerate Bajrangi Bhaijaan as a title. But we ignored them. And now the result is there for everybody to see. The normal, common people do not get bothered about these things. They basically, I think deep down, there is goodness in everybody's heart and they understand what a person is trying to do. So I think the whole point of Bajrangi Bhaijaan is that ignore the extremist elements. Just because they shout louder than most people does not mean we should hear them. The more we ignore them, the better it is for us. We just go ahead and do what we feel is correct, and just, you know, and that's the only way people to people friendship can happen, not only across the border but even within our country.
This entire relationship that we are seeing as far as you and Harshali is concerned, it's a beautiful bonding somehow. I think the kid is extremely beautiful. I think everyone is totally just serenaded by her. How was your experience of just working with this kid?
Beautiful. Right. She was badmash kid. Badmash kid. But she's lovely. She has worked really hard on the film. You know, she had to go through cold water. Whatever I was going through, she was going through herself.
जी,
You know, we were Kashmir में walking on snow, फिर राजस्थान के अंदर डेजर्ट के ऊपर चलना, रेत के ऊपर धूप में, फिर यहाँ पर विंटर में, फिर वो कश्मीर के वो नदी में क्रॉस करना. The water is like straight ice, yeah. It's
Absolutely.
Like, it's like कोई
Coming from glaciers and everything, absolutely.
It's like colder than your fridge ka water, yeah. So she was going through the same thing that I was going through. It's a difficult movie for her, and she gets scared of violence.
Okay.
So whenever there was anyone screaming, and the whole film was that I'm getting beaten up, you know, people are, you know, yelling at me, I'm getting angry at them, you know. So those moments, she's just going to a shock. कि ये क्या हो रहा है? So that was a tricky. So we used to make the actor talk to her first, and then she used to be okay, no uncle, theek hai. And then again it used to, and she used to get into that mean expression, or she used to freak out.
There are a lot of your fans and people, they're speculating that Kareena Kapoor is looking maybe the best as far as how physical shape is concerned right now.
Yeah.
I think we've just seen what you've done in Mary recently, and even at the first look promo launch of Bajrangi Bhaijaan, you came and I think in a wonderful dress over there. So what is it? What different are you doing in terms of your diet or your exercise regimen?
No, I think that actually I just decided that, when Karan told me about the song, I love song and dance. I love to do it. I would love to dance, you know, till I'm like 50. There's no Bollywood shadi, there's no Bollywood party, there's no birthday, there's nobody. Everybody from 6 to 60 puts on any of the songs, everybody gets up and dances.
Absolutely.
You know, so no matter what people say. But the fact is that no party is complete without Hindi movie songs.
Right.
So I think when he told me that, I said, yeah, okay. And I said, okay, let's get really fit, let's look amazing, and let's have some fun.
So Kareena has said that Salman is the only superstar in this nation who's unfazed by his success or failure, and that is what makes him the biggest superstar. Kareena has a lot of fun.
She's saying this out of experience.
I don't know. She's
I don't know. It's everyone gets slightly unfazed by that, but now how you handle it, that is the thing. Whenever something of mine has not worked, I've increased my price. So I mean, that's worked well for me. It does bother you if you know, you've given it your best, and it is more about your selection of movie, the amount of hard work that you put in. You thought that this film is going to do really well, and it didn't. So it's more about your thinking. कि बाप रे यार, ये तो गलत चलेगा इसके अंदर. So then you don't know what to do next. Then you're कि ये गलत चलेगा, इसका मतलब कि ये भी मुझे अच्छी लगी थी, ये भी अच्छी लगी थी, अब इसको भी नहीं करूँ क्या मैं? That is dicey.